Mr. Rajeev, President, TiE Kerala, and Mrs. Anisha Shri, Mr. Damodar Avanur, and other dignitaries who are present here and watching the conference by online. Indeed, this is a privilege for me to be here with you on this day to inaugurate TiEcon 10th edition 2021. I would like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to TiEcon and its office bearers to give unconditional support to Government of Kerala for its own activities to create more employment and attract more investment. We are living in a very pandemic situation, in a crisis period. Last year, most of the organizations could not conduct their annual meetings and editions. But even though some countries in the world are witnessing fourth wave of pandemic, we all are used to live with pandemic. And that is why there, despite of pandemic, you are conducting this 10th edition. It's a hybrid session. Earlier, the hybrid, the term was used with animals and planets. Thereafter, with the business and automobiles, now with meetings. The meanings of the words are changing drastically. Now we are familiar with virtual reality, VR, augmented reality, AR, and this hybrid, offline, online. Not only we, the older generation, also very familiar with this terminology. Recently, Mrs. Anisha Cherian has mentioned that you have a session on work from home. Work from home. Earlier, our home was a private place, exclusively for the family members. Now the concept of home is drastically changing. Earlier it was a private place, now it is a public place. The students or kids are studying in one room. We cannot enter to that room before switch off the video and audio. And some of the family members are working from other room. The earlier room, it was a classroom. This room, it has been changed as a workplace. As a minister, I was conducting meetings. Only you are also attending meetings from your office room or sitting room. Some of us even from kitchens. That these places are converted as workplace. The nights or evening, we are sitting together and watching films. Then the home converted as a cinema theater. And we have a additional facility. You can enjoy the film on flexi hours. Earlier, flexi hours is connection with our activities, working activities. Then work from home actually totally changing the concept of home. It is not a private place, it is a public place. Then, what is a prerequisite to work from home? That is, at the beginning, Mr. Rajeev correctly mentioned that the primary requirements needed to work from home, that is good quality air, good quality water, quality healthcare system, high-speed quality connectivity, and quality education. Then, as per my perspective for the world, work from home means work from Kerala. That is my perspective. The Kerala is ready to give all these facilities. Very clean air, not from the capital city, and very good quality water, And 97% of the students of this small state are studying in this pandemic period using online system. Then this is a new opportunity for Kerala. Evaluating our strength and weakness, we have formulated new perspective to attract more investment and to create more employment opportunities in this state. I would like to explain using 7-8 slides regarding some initiatives taken by us during this period. Next. This is 5 R's. Shifting towards resilient and sustainable industrial development in the state. Responsible industries, responsible investment, RI. This is our motto. Reducing regulatory compliance burden. I will explain later. Robust industrial infrastructure. A renewed logical ecosystem. Resilient trust sector focus. These are the 5 R's. The next, please. This is RI, responsible investment. Why? Kerala's singular environmental fragility and its social sensitivities and land availability concerns requires a new industry development focus. One side of this geographical issues, we are tiny states. One side of the state belongs to Western Ghats. Very strict regulations are there. Other side, CRZ, coastal regulation zones. In between, wetland regulations. This is the prevailing realities of the state of Kerala. The land scarcity is the highest issue, most critical issue for Kerala with a high density population. This is one issue. And we are facing several issues, natural calamities, 2018 floods. Today, I read a report regarding the conference at Kusat. The temperature in the Arabian Sea is increasing up to 30 degrees Celsius. That is the cause of this type of changing in climate in state of Kerala. Then government's efforts are tailored to ensure the equilibrium regarding environmental aspects. Then our focus on ESG, environmental, social, corporate governance. This is our focus point. Recognizing all prevailing realities in the state of Kerala, we have decided to change Kerala as a destination of India's ESG investment. This is our perspective. Then it is dual focus on ease of living and ease of doing business. This is our focus. Please next. Then responsible industries and responsible investment. Leader in sustainable development goals. No need of any explanation. A strategic geographical location. Export-specific infrastructure. We have 4 international airports, 2 major ports, and 18 minor and intermediate ports. That is strength of our state. And digital state. Kerala is the first digital state in India. It is the first state declared internet accessibility is a basic right of each and every citizen of the state. Then that is the next advantage. And green infrastructure focus, shifting towards clean fuels. GAIL Kochi Mangalore gas pipeline, Kochi Salem LPG pipeline project, and we are trying to promote more hydrogen-based projects, utilizing the facilities in CL also. and high quality of life, no need of any explanation, high quality talent pool. Yesterday we had a meeting of KDISC, Executive Committee meeting. And the last year, this KDISC, it's a train more than 14,000 young people in blockchain. This is the highest skill development on blockchain all over the world, highest, 14,000. And they're given training on blockchain, augmented reality, artificial intelligence, robotic, big data analysis. They're giving training to all students there studying in engineering colleges and other technical institutions. Then state is well positioned to become the hub of sustainable investment. Please, next. This is the most controversial area. This regulatory change and red tapeism prevailing in the state of Kerala. I'm happy to share one more thing with you. Yesterday in our cabinet meeting, we have decided to repeal 227 outdated acts prevailing in this state. 227, not only confined to industries, but relating to other portfolios also. Some of the acts which had been enacted in 1098 in Kochi and Travancore, Malabar, these are included in the 227 outdated acts. And we have constituted a committee, that is expert group under the chairmanship of the Vice Chancellor of National Universities to submit a report on the outdated and impractical sections and clauses which are existing in the laws and rules prevailing in this state. Today I had a meeting with the Vice Chancellor at my office in Trivandrum, and I hope they will submit the report on the first half of January. Thereafter, we will examine the report and we will move with the new amendments to adopting the recommendations of the committee report. And EUDB is of doing business reforms. I would not like to take more time to explain that. You all are well used with the reforms which have taken in 2018. And KSIFT portal. Today we had a preview meeting of KSIFT. Then they told me the last 1.5 years, they have cleared more than 14,500 applications by online to giving licenses to the industries, 14,500 within 1.5 years. KSIFT they are doing to improve KSIFT 2 to KSIFT 3.0 version and minimizing complaints burden. And expert group I have already explained. Faster approvals. The last session of the Kerala Legislative Assembly was a historical session. It is sat exclusively for legislative process. We had cleared 34 legislations in the last session, very productive section. As a law minister, I was compelled to sit fully during the procedure during this session. And among these 34 legislation, one is most important to the industrial sector, this amendment to the Yamasamy Act. The major provisions of the Amendment Act, that is, all applications for starting an industry with an investment above 50 crore rupees should be given within 7 days. That is the major objective of this amendment. There should be an online mechanism and back office. This application should be along with all relevant documents. And there should be a checklist. At the time of submitting application by online, the system should alert them whether any document is pending or any more documents are needed, it should be informed to the applicant on time. And while discussing the bill in the subject committee, I'm the chairman of the subject committee, several members has coined some apprehensions. We are giving this license for 5 years. Then what would be the fate after 5 years to this industry? They are going to this pillar to pillar to getting the renewal licenses from different departments. Then I will move an official amendment to the bill which is moved in the assembly. That is, this bureau, now it is entrusted to give the renewal licenses after 5 years. That is another advantages. Then grievance redressal mechanism, Mr. Ajit has already mentioned it. Statutory grievance address mechanism. We have enacted it. The governor gave assent to the ordinance, and by government order, we have already constituted two-tier statutory grievance address mechanism. One at district level and one at state level. The complainants regarding to the services in connection with all activities to establishing an industry and running an industry. That is the definition of service. If it is below, if the investment is below 5 crore rupees, then they can approach the district level committee. The state level committee has two types of jurisdiction. One is appellate jurisdiction and other is original jurisdiction. If the investment is above 5 crore rupees, then this mechanism has an original jurisdiction. Everybody has the right to approach the state level committee directly. And one condition in the act, that is, it should be decided within 30 days. That is condition in the act itself, within 30 days. And one difficulty is the chairman of the district level grievance address mechanism is the district collector. He is the chairman of, I think, more than 100 committees, more than 100 committees. Then there is a condition, an automatic route, which is specifically mentioned in the act itself. If they are failed to take a decision within 30 days, it is automatically changed as an appeal and it will come to the state level committee. It is one condition. I'm an industries minister, but I have no power to give license to any industries in the state. That is the reality. That is rested with other departments, LSTs, health, legal and metrology, labor, factories and boilers, our fire, pollution control board. These are the agencies who have the powers to give licenses. I have no power to give licenses. And I have no official control over these departments. But this statutory redressal mechanism has the power to control all departments. The decisions of this mechanism is binding to all officers, irrespective of ministry and departments. And then should implement within 15 days. The failure for 1 day, they have to be penalized with rupees 250 for a day, and the maximum limit is 10,000 rupees. And this statutory grievance address mechanism has powers to recommend departmental disciplinary action to the officers who are failed to implement the decision of the committee. It's a very path-breaking step. I think this is the first time a state legislation give powers to penalize the officers. All legislations are giving powers to the officers to penalize the general public. This is the first time we are giving the powers to penalize the officers. This is the path-breaking step. Yes, the focus is only to simplify all procedures. Please, next. This is robust industrial infrastructure facilities. How much time I can take? 10 minutes, okay. Robust industrial infrastructure facilities, no need of any explanation. Kochi Bangalore Industrial Corridor, the land acquisition process is going on. Day before yesterday, we have registered the first land in Palakkad, and I'm sure government of Kerala can transfer all lands required for the first phase within this year itself to the SPV assigned for this Kochi Bangalore industrial corridor. It includes several industrial activities, manufacturing sector, agro-processing services, export-oriented units, industrial clusters, and for Ernakulam district, that is gift city at Angamali, the second gift city of the country. For the first in Gujarat, this will be the second gift city. And we are trying to make an equilibrium with the environmental aspects. Also, I would like to share one thing. Mr. Nawaz Mupan is eagerly waiting for that. We are trying to convert this land available in Mulavugadu and others, this part of the Kochi, as a integral part of urban development scheme for Kochi. That is the second phase of Marine Drive. Day before yesterday, Chief Minister himself stayed a meeting, and we have adopted a document for the development of Marine Drive to that side, including Mulavugadu Panchayat, Vadudala, Pachalam, and protecting the environmental fragility of our this place near High Court, Mangalavanam. That would be the length of the green length of the city, Kochi. Then next, please. These are some robust industrial infrastructure. We have 130 plus sector focused industrial parks and areas, food processing, life science and healthcare. That is at Thonakel, Trivandrum, marine processing. It will be inaugurated at first half of January 2022. And IT is ESDM, COIR, financial institutions, textile, garments, rubber. KSIDC has 6 facilities inclusive of industrial growth centers, mega food park. Kinfra has more than 30 sector focused industrial parks, food processing, IT, spices, textiles, seafood, rubber, electronics, etc. DIC and Directorate of Industries and Commerce and SIDCO has over 100 industrial development areas, zones for MSMEs. Next, please. This is the next R, renewed logistic ecosystem. The last week, I was in Delhi and I met with Mr. Piyush Goyal, Minister for Industries and Commerce, and I hand over the first logistic policy of a state to the minister. The state logistic action plan. We have adopted the state logistic action plan. Kerala is the first state which adopted a state level logistic plan. The major main attraction is green logistic for last mile delivery, EV, sustainable packaging, etc. and services, transport, storage. I think no need of any explanation. I have only 5 minutes more. Then please next. These are the recent thrust sector focus. Clean technology and waste management, emerging tech and innovation and electronics, renewable energy, green infrastructure design for sustainability, green mobility, food production and agro-processing, sustainable tourism, medical devices, healthcare, and biotech. Next. Then this is the EST. We are trying to finalize our EST policy. I think the state government can finalize the EST policy within 2 months. We have decided to constitute a new committee with experts from all over the world to finalize EST policy of the state. Focus on new emerging sectors, Industry 4.0, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, etc., and vaccine manufacturing. Recently, we have adopted a new policy to promote vaccine manufacturing industries in Kerala, giving more incentives and medical devices. We have decided to establish a new medical devices park at Trivandrum, Thomakel, food processing, electronics manufacturing. We have decided to invest more than 1,000 crore rupees for development of electronic sector, making Keltron as a leader for this process, and new ESG focused industry policy for responsible industries and responsible investment, and incentives for ESG investment. We have decided to give stars to industries, 5-star, 4-star, 3-star. If it is it will come belong to 5-star, no need of inspection for 5 years. It will come to the category of 4-star, no need of inspection for 4 years. These type of things we are discussing and promoting innovations. And we have also decided to give awards for industry list, like the awards given to the artists in cinema. Cinema awards is the most attractive awards of the state, and we have decided to give awards to industry list on different categories. Then, yes, please. These are the next, please. That is the last slide. Only thank you is on that slide. Okay, thank you, Mr. Moopan and Kerala for giving this opportunity to showcasing the initiatives of government of Kerala to promote industries. Malayalamil Moopan Avasanando Parnu. Uru Sadi adu mulan pettannu pidikidannu mari. നല്ല മുദ്രാവാക്യാണ് സംരംഭക സൗഹൃദ കേരളം, സമൃദ്ധ കേരളം. ഞാൻ മലയാളത്തിൽ ഒന്നുകൂടി പറയാം. ഞങ്ങളിപ്പോ ഒരു സ്ലോഗൻ എടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്, നിങ്ങളുടെ സംരംഭം നാടിന്റെ അഭിമാനം. നേരത്തെ നമ്മളൊരു ഡൗട്ട്ഫുൾ ആയിട്ടാണ് എല്ലാ ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയലിസ്റ്റുകളെയും സമീപിച്ചിരുന്നത്. ഇപ്പോൾ ട്രസ്റ്റോടുകൂടി സമീപിക്കുക എന്നതാണ് നമ്മൾ കണ്ടിട്ടുള്ളത്. പിന്നെ നേരത്തെ ട്രെയിനിങ് പറഞ്ഞു, we have decided to give refresher courses to the officers who are working with industry department. The first batch of training will be start from 6th of December to the general managers of DIC at IIM Calicut. And also yesterday we have decided the target for the DICs, that is 1 lakh MSMEs in Kerala in the coming year. That is our target, 1 lakh MSMEs. During this pandemic period, we could register 4,600 MSMEs in this state. The coming year, this year we are taking some preparations. Thereafter, 2022, I hope 1 lakh we could achieve. And thank you all, and please give all support. And we are welcoming all valid input from Kerala and well-experienced industries of the state. Actually, you are the brand ambassadors of the state. Thank you very much. By these words, I inaugurate the 10th edition of TiEcon 2020.